All right, Coach, 5 practices in. Kind of just give an update of what's happened for the last about week and a half.
Yeah, we've been a lot of heavy installation of our X's and O's. But I like where we are. I told the team today, I think they're, after 5 practices, ahead of last year's team, but it's mostly because of their attitude and their effort up to this point. We're still developing depth. We still got some guys that we're waiting to take the next step, but we're right on schedule. I'm pleased. We'll go to practice number 6 tomorrow, be full pads, so it'll be some tackling, take to the ground. And that's where you really know what you are from a line of scrimmage standpoint on both sides of the ball. So I'm excited about tomorrow.
You said going into spring practice, it wasn't necessarily position battles, but depth. Have you seen those players start to kind of creep up there in that depth chart where you get those second and third guys up a little?
Well, yes. I mean, there's small steps. There's small steps, and you hope after these next 9 practices that we feel good about our depth at multiple positions. But like I told our older guys, though, it's still, don't confuse our statement about our emphasis, of developing depth. We want to take guys that have been 2 and 3 year starters, and they need to now become all conference type guys. They need to be difference makers, not just happy to be starting 2 years or 3 years. So, so still a lot of goals to reach, and but it's been fun. I really enjoy this new coaching staff. I think we got 4 new guys, a lot of energy, a lot of youth. So real pleased.
You got 10 practices left, 3 weeks to do it, and 3 of those being scrimmages. So what can you kind of see as going through the next week, going into your first scrimmage next Saturday?
Yeah, after every 5 to 6 practices, we stop and we evaluate every player where we are from what their mental edge, we call winning edge, what they need to really improve on from attitude, body language, physicality, effort, and then schematically where they're struggling, whether it be our zone schemes or gap schemes. We got a new special teams coordinator, so we're implementing some new things as well. So we kind of break it down in thirds as far as every 5 practices. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. These next 5 practices, we want to see where we are. We want to see our backup quarterback, the strides that Kyle Aiken's taking. We want to see some of these fast receivers now that are in starting roles or get a lot of playing time roles. Can they make plays? Big third down catches. So so from here on out, a lot of stuff will be down in distance. Will be segmented out in practice, so we can keep developing. But it's good. Attitude is really good right now.
And shifting some of your juniors and sophomores into upperclassmen roles where they're forced to be vocal leaders. Kalen Weathers was out there kind of directing people around. Troy Cook is kind of used to that. But how has the progression been of that just going into this new offseason?
Yeah, it's different from the standpoint of, I wouldn't tell you there's one leader on this team, but there's a lot of guys from Cleet Hagan to Tay Martin to Jay Murphy to Troy Cook to Juice that are good people that love football. They lead by example. And when you've got enough of those guys, you don't have to have one guy that really directs traffic. They kind of all do it as a group. And that's kind of what last year's team was, and that's okay. But what I really like, if you come to this groups, if you come to the meetings, and I see the attentiveness in the team meetings, and whatever point of emphasis I'm trying to make, they hang on and they'll bring it out to practice and implement it. That's been the biggest reward so far.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, man.